Hello, guys, and welcome back to that Cov Pod. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Myself, John, and Jig are back in the building. We thought we'd better have a catch up coming towards the end of July because an awful lot has been going on with Cov. We are just under a month out. In fact, 4 weeks on Friday, we kick off the Premier League season against Arsenal, which seems surreal even saying that. But how's your summer been, boys? You've been enjoying the World Cup, been jet setting? John, what have you been up to?
Been everywhere, mate. Just work's just been manic. I actually muted the hashtag PUSB. I'd actually drowned in it by the end of the season. I was just couldn't handle any more of it. Overdosed on PUSB. So I've just been throwing myself back in work. Went to one of the World Cup games.
How was that? That looked pretty special.
Yeah, you can't just gloss over that one.
It was boiling, mate. Performance was poor against Norway, but the heat off the pitch, I've never felt anything like it. And I think unless you're there and you feel it, you're kind of watching the game thinking, come on. But yeah, it's strange, the World Cup. I'm at a bit of a loss with it because I saw a lot of people saying how, they're heroes, returning heroes, semi-final. Played well for about 50 minutes.
I'm completely World Cupped out. Just done me in, and I was one of those idiots who kept staying up all night watching the games, even when it was like Algeria, Jordan, and that. Jig, you're a big England fan, aren't you, as well?
Yeah.
It just got in the way it ended, wasn't it? Actually,
it was a bit. Yeah, it was like you've battled so hard to get there. Like John said, it wasn't great football. We've had a great win in the Azteca against Mexico. Norway are no mugs. They've beat Brazil, and then we've beat them. You get to that game, you know what Argentina are going to be like. Everyone knows what they're like. They've been like it in every game up to it. They shouldn't have beat Egypt. They kind of were very lucky to get through that game. And then we get the goal, like we've done for the last God knows how many tournaments in these later stages when we go 1-0 up, and then we just self-implode. And yes, Tuchel's got a lot of blame to shoulder, I think. But you also look at it, before he made any subs, the team after they got the goal, they just went defensive, so deep, so defensive straight away. And before that, we were playing football. Just lost. It's like, I don't know why. It's weird. You see it in games. You see it happen a lot. But it was frustrating. We just kind of sat on our edge of our own box and just thought we'll chuck on Dan Burn and we'll chuck on some defenders and we'll defend like we did against Mexico and we'll defend like we did against Norway. You can't do that against Argentina. You'd never be able to do that against France, and you definitely wouldn't be able to do it against Spain. So there was no real other tactic than let's defend this lead. Just a bit, frustrating.
Missed opportunity for me. 4 years to the next World Cup. Kane up front, he's getting on. Bellingham was superb, wasn't he? But I looked at that semi-final and I just thought we should have won that game from 1-0 up, especially. And he did everything that people have been complaining about over the last few tournaments in terms of going too defensive, made the wrong substitutions in hindsight, and then you see what Spain did to him in the final, and you just think, would we have won it? Probably not, but we'd have given them a better game, wouldn't we, in the final? Yeah. But hey, this isn't the England pod. That's another very, very good podcast. This is that Cov Pod. And there's been a lot going on at the club over the summer. I don't know where you want to start. In fact, let's start at the end of last season, where we haven't even talked about this. Certain Mr. Tom Grennan on the stage at Memorial Park, home of that Cov Pod's Mankini run. I think there's a plaque up there somewhere now.
There. It's on one of the trees. You just can't see it.
On one of the trees next to the Furries parade. John, how was it? How was the day? How was the organisation of it? How did Tom find it?
Yeah, loved it. It was good fun. Organised well. Everyone was hammered backstage. I think they'd had a very, very good day out. I thought the parade was great. Scenes were unreal, weren't they? I mean, I watched it down in Holbrooks, where I kind of grew up, down by the Fin Bars. Brilliant down there. Then it just weaved through the city, got down to the park, and the atmosphere was great behind the scenes, and there was plenty of love for the pod backstage. I got to say, I was quite shocked by it. Grennan was laughing. He was just like, mate, I can't believe how many people know about it. He just said he thought it was bong. We had certain people coming up, not bothered about him, just wanted to chat about the pod.
That's what it's all about, eh? The real star of the show. In fact, all of me and you, John, though, we are the sideshow to this star pod because Jig, times Frank Lampard backstage, my word, Go on, Jake. Walk us through meeting the great man.
It was a bit of a surreal moment, to be honest. I got a bit jelly-legged by the end of it, but So, John very kindly looked after me and the camel, Jade, my missus, and he gave us a couple of bands, and we went into the backstage area, and then ended up looking over, and I thought, "There's Frank," and he looked well soaked in Stella, stellaed up,
well oiled, wasn't
yeah. So I thought, what a guy, man after my own heart. So I was a bit nervous about. I said to Missy, "Should I go and talk to him or not?" She's like, "You're not going to get a better chance than now." So I went over and I played it cool. I was like, "Oh, Frank, there you are." I said, "Hi, Frank, how you doing?" And he said, "All right, mate." I said, "I'm all right for a picture." And he went, "Yeah." And he looked over at me, and then he looked away, and he looked again. Then he looked away again, and I was like, he said, "Where do I know you from?" I said, "Oh, I do. I'm on one of the podcasts." And he went, "That Cov Pod, your jig." And I froze, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I've heard you, mate. I've heard what you said about my captain, crimes against crimes." And I was like, "Oh, Jesus." I was like, he was sitting a bit deep, Frank, weren't he? And he was laughing. Yeah, he was full of compliments. He loved the run. He saw the post and the Mankini run. Yeah, he was full of praise. Loved it, and I had a good chat with him. Just he's just a great lad. He's just one of us. But yeah. And then at the end of it, after he'd gone and all this, and Mrs. said to me, "You all right? Do you need to sit down?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need to sit down."
What a guy, honestly, what a guy. And we'll see Grimes now pushing further forward thanks to Jig's tactical advice to the manager. And when he's player of the season again this season, we'll see just how much credit we give Jig.
I had a different interaction with Doug though.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. Do you want this one?
Throw it out there.
I'm not editing this, so go for it.
Okay. At the awards night, the night before, so I know a lot of people were moaning about the price, and it was the players were all ushered off and stuff, but we were quite lucky, and we got to go into the trophy room and where all the squad were after. And I saw Doug, so I went over to him. I said, "Doug, what you've done is amazing. I was there at Villa Park when we got relegated, or I was there when we got relegated at Southampton. I've been through all the dross or whatever you want to call it, and then I've watched us come back through, and I never thought we'd see the day where we'd be a Premier League team again. So what you've done, the way you've turned it around, incredible." And he was taking every compliment on board, loving it. "Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thought you deserve it. You deserve it all." And then I said, "Would you ever come on a podcast?" And he said, "What one?" I said, "That Cov Pod." And he said, "I heard what all three of you said about me when I sat Mark." And I was like, it caught me off guard a little bit. I was like, "Oh, Jesus." And he said, "But John Dawkins has got my phone number, so tell him to message me." So, John, it's on to you, this one.
There you go. And I'll shoulder most of the blame for what I said about Doug.
I'm going to be ghosted by the chairman, isn't I? I'm going to get ghosted.
Ghosted by the chairman.
I'm going to officially message him now then, right? We're on air now. Right,
there you go.
Jig, you tell me what to message, yeah. Doug.
Oh, this is happening on you can watch it on YouTube, by the way.
Afternoon. Douglas or Doug?
Doug. Let's go, Doug.
Afternoon, Doug. Jig's throwing the gauntlet out. When you're coming on the pod.
Let's get you on the pod before the start of the season.
Yeah.
Love, your best mate.
On our podcast before the start of the season. Love your best mate. We're like, who is this dude?
He's going to reply saying, "Who's this?"
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, mate. Like after every first date I've ever been on. Who's this?
Yeah, but you can just put on. I was the guy who sat next to Rob Beckett a couple of weeks ago at the CBS. See you on now, John.
What am I saying here? Afternoon, Doug. Let's get you on our podcast before the start of the season.
Be great to have a chat.
Yeah. Great to have a chat.
P.S. Sign some players.
Yeah. Yeah. Shall I put that? I'll put,
this is great, Jig.
Right, it's done.
There you go. It's done.
Come on.
Teed it up. He's done it.
We'll see if he replies before the end of the app. There you go. See how quick Doug is.
Hello, Doug. You all right, mate? Yeah. No chance. Ain't that quick.
Plenty to talk about at Cov over the summer. It's been a bit of a mad few weeks, to be honest. I can't remember when the last pod we did. It must be 2 months now, as we have been slacking. I think maybe, Jig, you've been down, haven't you, to the new Cov Superstore, F1 experience, everything going on with the club shop at the minute. What's it like?
It's a massive improvement. It's really good in there. It's 2 floors. The range of stuff, clothing wise, is huge. It's not just the new shirts. It's all the retro range. They've got Hummel only gear. No end of different Lego sets and footballs and a proper variety of all sorts. I think they've done a great job of the club shop. And then you go upstairs where there's the rest of the club shop and where they do the printing. I think they had a bit of a problem with the printing. I don't think they were expecting the flow of traffic at the start of it for people to want stuff printed onto their shirts. There was
Premier League patches, isn't it?
Yeah, Premier League badges. Yeah. There was days and days wait, I think. But yeah, the bar's nice as well. It needs a bit more sky blue on the walls, a few pictures or images. It's a bit plain in there at the minute. But yeah, there's
all the stocking, Jig. Got the big Madry in there?
Yes.
They do.
They've got no, or do they? I can't remember now. They've got Carlin. They've got I think it is Madry, Carlin Madry.
That's the
they've got rid of Mahoo and they've got rid of Stella. I don't mind them getting rid of Mahoo because that's rocket fuel. But the others, yeah.
Stunning stuff, yeah.
And they've got sorry, Simon. They've got a museum now as well that you can book and go to and go and see the trophy room, and you get to lift the trophy at the end of it and have a picture in front of the Cov sign. So that's a nice little touch.
The cost on that?
I think it's £15 an adult, 11 a kid, or something like that.
That's proper football club stuff, isn't it? Premier League.
Yeah.
Like they'll be doing, they do the stadium tours, they do having a museum. Like
value for money, would you say?
I think if you went up with, I was going to say your old man, but he's a Wolves fan, your mum or something, and you got a picture with a trophy and you've got to look at a bit of the history of the club. What's 15 quid really? I know I'm not money bags, by the way, but I was just saying 15 quid in the grand scheme of things when you look at some of the season ticket prices.
And they've got the Championship trophy there to lift, and the FA Cup, yeah?
Just the Championship trophy, I think.
Right. So that's a good photo, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of the rise history, isn't there, Jig, in there as well, about coming back in the League Two and a bit of that story, which is obviously massive for us. You mentioned that. Do you want to talk about season ticket prices? All gone, by the way. Obviously, there's some left in hospitality. I think everyone who had a season ticket last season renewed. Don't think it's great that the premium halfway line seats in the general stand were all up to 800 quid, whether you were an adult or a child. I mean, people saw massive increases there and massive increases in hospitality as well. But Premier League prices, lads, isn't it? What do they go up from? £1,000 to 2,600 in Club Coventry, some areas. People going up to balcony bar. The price increase, given you're watching less games, but it's higher product. It is steep, isn't
it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. I say I get the premium 800. I do think it's bad, but I also know that there was still a lot of people going in on kids' tickets, and it's hard to stop that. So the only way you're going to stop that is by putting that certain area in at a high price. Is it fair? No, it's not fair on the genuine kids that are going up on a kids' ticket. But then I don't know how you manage that. It is steep for a seat out in the stand where you could be sat, and then someone in a row next to you could be on a £540 ticket. It's a bit, I don't know how you fix that really. But the same for the corporate. I knew that the corporate was going to take a hit. We've had to take a little move up to the balcony bar from the Legends Lounge.
Get your free hot dogs. Your hot dogs and mac and cheese next season. I recommend them. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's, listen, I think it's like anything. I think to subsidise others, I don't mind personally paying that extra in them corporate areas. I think in some of the corporate areas it's quite steep, and then in others I think it's very reasonable. For instance, if you look at a box for one game at Arsenal, you could be paying up to 25 grand for a 3-course meal for one game. I think one of the boxes that I know somebody has bought was 36 for the season for 12 people, food and drinks. Now, that's the high-end scale of things. But then I think in other areas it's gone up threefold, which I think's a bit of pill to swallow for one or two. But then at the same point, I think in a lot large parts of the ground, I think the pricing is very, very reasonable for the Premier League, and I'm pleased for that. I don't want to price anyone out of this football club. There'll be a lot of moaning. There's moaning all the time. We moan about everything. I'm the king of it. But I think that, you know, by and large, they've got it right. The kids thing, there's always an issue with the kids, and that's something that needs ironing out. But they are fluid at the club, and they do try and rectify issues when they're pushed once or twice by people, and there's a few numbers behind that push. So I think by and large, it's all right, you know.
There's also the free season tickets to consider this season as well.
That's what I'm saying.
How many were there with the Premier League package? It wasn't 5,000.
I think it was capped at 5,000. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You essentially kind of paying for that a little bit as well.
Yeah.
That's real. But also, you know, that then begs the question: is like, okay, cool, I don't mind paying all that. The quality of the product, is it going to go up? They're clearly doing something with the ground outside, where I was told they were going to wrap the whole thing in sky blue. Everything was going to be sky blue. Brilliant. Superstore looks good. We're professionalising everything. The food's going up a level. The service needs to go up a level when we go in. We'll see that when we go in there. What's going on the pitch? Are we signing anyone? Bought 1 or 2 in. Probably need 5 more. You know, I'm all right. I'm good. I need to see some activity now, though. That's where I am. Take my money. Let's see a bit of activity. Let's see what's going on.
Should we talk about the kit? Because it's caused a few rumours. You saw it up close and personal in the store. Obviously, 87 remake. I'm not a fan. I know you two are maybe more of a fan of it than I am. What are your thoughts, Jake, in general?
Yeah, I didn't mind it when I first saw it, to be honest. I like that they kind of doffing the hat to the 40 years of the FA Cup win. It's still, I know last year was an amazing achievement, but the winning the FA Cup 87 is still probably the club's biggest achievement ever. So I think you have to honour it, and they are. And it's nice to. I think they've done a good job of it. I don't mind it. I didn't mind it when I saw it before I saw it in the flesh, and then when I saw it in the flesh, I liked it even more. So yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I like it. Don't mind it at all. Certain generations won't like it because it's sky blue the last kind of however many years, and that's fine. I quite like it up close and personal. I think it will grow on people. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I've seen the away kit and the third kit, and I think the third kit is an absolute banger. I'm going to put my neck on the line on that. That's all I could say about it. I think the third kit's mega.
Fashionista John Dawkins.
I wouldn't do that for mate. I only ever wear black, and that's not a clue. It's not black. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I get the 87 link. I understand that greatest moment and all of that. I just want us to be in sky blue. I think it's too dark, and I know the kit in 87 was dark and striped. Yeah, I'd have much preferred a very basic sky blue kit, but that's just me. One of my least favorite kits.
I get that side of it. I do get that with this our first season back in the Premier League, we should be in sky blue. I do get all that as well.
For Wednesday, aren't we?
Yes.
But you know what? They're crying about it online. I'm like, Christ Almighty.
That's me.
Most people have changed their opinion when they've seen it and they've been in the club shop. The queues were huge for it.
Well,
so
let's be real. It sold 3 times as many more shirts as they've ever done on day one. I think they've sold over 20,000 units already.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they've probably ordered upwards of 80 to 100,000 shirts. They'll probably have to reprint again after that. I mean, that's tremendous business for the club. So it's not putting anyone off. And then when you saw them at Northampton the other day, Christ, the stand was full of the shirts.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are getting it right in terms of business. It's going to a level that none of us could ever see going. You're on about 20,000 shirt sales or whatever. Like, that's a level none of us could see coming at any point in the last 5 years. So
I agree. I think commercially we're in really good shape. And I think obviously they need to have personnel at the club, but I think they're making good decisions by and large. And that's what I'm saying, though. You know, like when you bump into Frank and Doug and all that behind the scenes, for me, everyone's like, "Oh, you know them. You're gonna, mate. I'll be doubling down, mate. If it's a problem, I'll double down on it on here. We're not going to like dress things up, but occasionally we'll give the props as well. So people like Nicola and all them lot in there, they're doing a great job, man, and they care about the club.
Go easy on my mate Frank, though, John.
Oh no, mate, Frank making bad decisions is going to get yanked, mate. Frank the yank.
Did you see? I have to bring this up. Did you see the court drawing of the man who murdered? Oh my word! And obviously, horrendous crime, very serious topic, but they've sketched Frank Lampard as the guy who did it, and everyone online was running with it everywhere. And I saw someone put, "I dare him to lose his first 5 games of the season." Oh my word! He's been royally done over there. Royally done over. We're back, right? We're back when I'm starting to mention Anne Widdecombe 20 minutes into the first podcast of the season.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
we are back. We should talk about Frank staying, by the way, because we weren't sure at the start of at the end of last season, and he is staying. He signed a new contract. It must mean that he's got assurances, John. Must mean that he's happy with everything, and it's a massive boost for us.
Huge boost, like commercially, brand wise, and as a manager. And I think he's a classy operator. I think he's done a tremendous job, over-indexed anywhere we could have imagined. First season did a great job, just fell short. Second season, we know what went on. He must have had reassurances. I think there was just some funny noises coming out at one point, weren't there, where you were like, what's going on here? So to get him over the line on a 3-year, it's exciting. He must have had reassurances. I'm sure he's getting paid a few quid, which always eases the blow. And you know what? It is a tough start for him, though. And that's why, for me, we've got to get a few more in, get up to speed quickly. But we started the season so well last year because of the fitness levels. If we can do that again, playing Arsenal first game is probably the best time to play the champions in light of what we've just been watching over the summer. But yeah, great news on many levels for the club. Delighted.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely massive for us. If you think about other clubs going up and potentially losing their manager, I mean, Ipswich, look at what's happened to them. They've got a new manager in charge now, Gary O'Neill. And you look at the advantage it gives us, and that continuity, and everyone loves him. We're on a high, can attack those first few games of the season. Bear in mind the fixtures are quite hard. I think if we'd have lost him, Jig, it's a long old season, isn't it?
I think it would have been, yeah. I think the players put a lot of trust in him, and he's put a lot of trust in that current squad of players. Frank's a serial winner. His whole career is for Chelsea. He's just constantly won stuff, wants to win, wants to be the best. And you can see that in how he manages as well. And he's not going to go up and sign a 3-year extension thinking, oh, we're going to come back down. He'll give it a real good go, and he'll try and keep us in that league. He's a proper serial winner, and he's been coached by the best in Jose Mourinho in that aspect as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. A massive sign-in for us. John, I don't know if you want to be the guy to introduce our new season sponsor for the season before I play a wonderful advert that I do the voiceover for.
Oh, well, okay. So new sponsor is the amazing Clash magazine, which is one of the leading music and lifestyle magazines that's been around for over 20 years and has launched the careers of many artists, musicians, and also, it's just a tremendous magazine that I've had a long-standing relationship with Ajax, and it's a real coup for us to get them involved. We're going to be really excited working in conjunction with them on a number of things. So yeah, Clash magazine, unbelievable.
Roll that ad, and after the break, we will be discussing the transfer window, players signed so far, who we think we need, all of that good stuff.
Over the last 20 years, the Clash Network has grown into the leading independent European media brand, representing music, film, fashion, tech, and the lifestyle around it. Clash really is the last bastion of trusted independent journalism. It operates a successful platform in print and publishes a highly collectible quarterly magazine starring an array of global music stars. The Clash team are always online across digital and social channels. They're on radio, Clash live events, and they operate an award-winning creative projects and services division. Clash's Baller Tapes, which is a reoccurring feature, platforms football players' lives on and off the pitch, with recent episodes starring Noni Madueke, Alex Scott, Axel Disasi, Alex Iwobi, and more. You can follow Clash Magazine at Clash Magazine across socials, or visit clashmusic.com now to stay ahead of the latest music and entertainment news. Play up Sky Blues.
There you go, lads. Rate that voiceover out of 10, eh? Where's the work going to be rolling in for
we'll be losing you in no time, mate.
Oh no, like a prime Gary Neville.
Oh, mate.
Is that a compliment? I don't know. Maybe it's a compliment. Yeah, delighted to have them on board. Look forward to working to them, with them more this season. And if you're into music and stuff, definitely check it out. Signings then, lads. 2 in through the door so far. I mean, Onyeka was kind of confirmed with promotion, so we don't need to go into that one too much. Do we want to talk about this Burnley winger? 20 million quid, it seems. Obviously, record signings going to be rolling in through the door at a pace this summer. His name, I still need to nail. At the moment, I've been calling him Loom Tuna, and I think I might just call him Tuna for the entire season. Let's hope his performances aren't fishy. Plenty more where that came from. John, mixed reviews coming from him in terms of Burnley fans. 2 goals, 2 bangers. Right winger, looks to provide a bit of depth there. Left-footed, looks like. Decent shot. Premier League experience, Serie A experience, but seems a bit of an unknown quantity right now.
He's got pedigree though, isn't he? And Frank knows players. He's obviously getting intelligence from somewhere, and he's seen enough out of him to think he can get a tune out of it. How many players are we seeing coming to our place that A, you don't know, or B, come with a terrible reputation? And, you know, they've just turned out to be absolute world beaters and cracked on elsewhere. Victor Gyökeres, you know, Gustavo Hamer, etc., etc. So for me, 20 million's a lot of money. I think for what we've seen, but they obviously see something in it. You can't be telling me that we've got 150 million plus to be thrown around willy-nilly, which is not a massive budget in this particular league. And we're going to be, you know, doing 20 mil on him and, you know, apparently 30 million on a keeper. A third of our budget's going to go on a keeper and kind of an unknown quantity. I'm not so sure about that. So he's got to be pretty certain with what he's buying there at that price. That's for sure. But from what you can see, there's bags of ability there. Bags of ability.
I love the age. We'll come on to Amenda in a minute. Both 22. Like, there's a thing, Jig, with football clubs. They used to buy 24-year-olds and try and get them in their peak. Now you're buying them a couple of years earlier. So if he has a couple of good seasons with us, he's 24 and you can make profit on him. I mean, Burnley signed him, I think, for 15 million and have sold him for 20 million. They've made a quick profit on him, I think, being relegated. There's plenty to like about him. He's played for Lazio. He's played for, he also played for Rennes, Lazio, obviously Burnley. Not massive goals return, but certainly, hopefully, someone who can add some excitement and depth, which we do need on that right wing.
Yeah, well, we lost SA, didn't we? Because he was only on loan. So we've had to get cover on the wing in. And I think we've covered both wings now, haven't we? Because we've still got Markello, remember? So I think we've got 4 wingers. So we've got cover on both wings. Fingers crossed he'll develop and Lampard can get a tuner out of him. Yeah, but you got to give him all a chance, especially coming in at 20 million. He's got to have something about him. I don't think we just chuck that money around for no reason.
Is he in the mould? My thought was, I've kind of watched him play left, right, through the middle, 10. Is he coming in? My first thought was, is BTA moving out?
I don't think you move BTA out based on his goal return last season. I wonder this summer, I'll be interested to see almost the outgoings as much as the incomings, because even like a Bidwell, who is so important behind the scenes, are we really going to move him out for very little money, or are we just going to keep him around? And a lot of the other players in there as well, maybe a Josh Eccles, we'll see what happens with him. If he's going to be a squad player, what's going to happen? I don't think we get rid of a player who scored, what did he get, 10 championship goals last season and can play all over and is happy to be a squad member. It's really difficult to know how much of the squad which won the championship so easily last season to get rid of. I think BTA is one of them where I'm not sure I'd get rid of him.
Market's slow though, isn't it? Again, it's about demand, isn't it? I think the World Cup's kind of killed things a little bit. Way more. I mean, the one player that I saw in the World Cup where I was like, go and get him, was the left back at Cape Verde. I know he scored that banger, but I watched him a few times. He just looked good. He looked athletic, capable. But there wasn't tons of players out there, really, where I'm like, go and get him. Or there was not standout players. But it seems to slow the market down.
Only really see him at international tournaments. Switzerland striker Briel Mbolo is now being linked with Hull and Ipswich. Yeah. And I'm like, he's 29. I think he'd be an improvement on what we've got up front in terms of, and he can probably handle the physicality of the Premier League quite well. I think have a look at him, see how much he'd be costing, because I like the look of him. I think he scored a couple at this World Cup as well, and always does pretty well for Switzerland. Do like the look of Aurel Amenda. Jig, how's the pronunciation going with these new players? When you get practice,
I think you've nailed it there. Sorry, you've nailed it.
I like the look of him. Massive centre back.
Fits the profile, doesn't he? He's a big old lad. Yeah, him and if you put him and Thomas at the back, you've got 2 units there. They're not going to lose an aerial battle, are they? They shouldn't do anyway.
22 again. Great.
Yeah. I loved it when Frank actually met him in person for the first time, and he was like, "Great to meet you." And he was kind of looking up at him, thinking, "Christ, he's massive." I mean, what is he? He's got to be 6'5" plus, isn't he?
Wiki says 6'6". I don't know if that's to be believed.
Enormous, mate. He's a monster.
Him getting on the end of Milan long throws. I want us. You know what I want us to be? I want us to be the Argentina of the Premier League next season. Kick everyone, win the headers, really mug people off, and ultimately stay up. That's what I want.
I thought you were going to say Stoke then, from the old Delap days, but yeah.
I think we're better than that. Maybe we'll see. I look at him from Frankfurt, though. Obviously, a season in the Bundesliga, played for young boys. Excuse me, in Switzerland before that. Yeah, I'm really excited about him, having never seen him play football before, which is what the transfer window is all about, isn't it, Jake?
I think we're going to get a lot of signings like that where we don't really know much about them, and they're all going to be a bit of a unknown to us. But yeah, I think we might get 1 or 2 that we know about. Rushworth, where are you with Rushworth? What's going on here?
It's the fee, isn't it? I know John's mentioned the fee, but Brighton, I've mentioned this a few times, are probably the most difficult club in England to deal with. Tony Bloom is just an incredible negotiator. Brighton always get really good deals for players, and I think they'll look at what happened with Gyökeres as well to us and think they made a bit of a mess there, didn't they, of it, really, that sale and what we then
did. A killer as well, isn't he, in terms of negotiation?
Yeah.
You don't really know what hand he's going to play, is what I'm told all the time. So that's
a standoff, really.
That's great for us, but there is a standoff there. You know,
what would you value him at? What would you be happy for us to pay to get him?
25 max.
Absolute max.
Would you?
20
add-ons. I think if he, I can get a list up quickly, but I think if he's 25 million, I think he goes down as like the 7th or 8th most expensive keeper of all time. I'll double check this for you.
But hasn't that been rejected? 25.
Yeah,
isn't it?
They want 30 million.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely bonkers.
No, I don't think that is not money well spent, mate. Because I'm not sure how much money we're going to spend in this window, and I think that could be over a quarter of your budget. I think that's mental, because I don't know. That's a lot of dough for me, because we've got problems across the pitch that need sorting out. If you're going to,
you're going to
be the 4th worst team in the league. Don't get me wrong. Sunderland surprised everyone last season, but that's an anomaly. Like, it's a big ask with that. You look at that squad training at the minute and you're like, you know what I mean? I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but like, there needs to be some serious additions.
There have been 10 keepers sold for £30 million or more in history. Jordan Pickford is a big factor here, but like David Raya was 27 million when he went to Arsenal. The money is.
How much did Jordan Pickford go for? Sorry?
Pickford was 30 mil in 2017. James Trafford went from Burnley to Man City last summer for 27 mil.
I mean, what's he going to go?
Sat on the bench all season, didn't he?
What's he going to go for at the minute?
He's looking to go to Leeds, and I think that might be 30 mil. What do you reckon? Yeah. The thing is, we're in a pond now where we're like, 20 million on a winger. That's absolutely nothing. You're seeing Tonali go for like 90 million. Somerville's just gone for like 60 million. I know that's to Saudi. Right. Spurs are spending 100 million on players that are not worth that. Morgan Rogers, 117 million. I know he's a good player, but we're in a league now where it's mind-boggling the money you'll have to spend to get decent players. And if you compare that, you're looking at someone who could be England's future number 1 and thinking, is it worth it for 5 million? Should we just pay it and try and keep the value? If Rushworth signs for 30 million,
Sends out a bad message.
If Rushworth signs for 30 million and we get relegated, What do we sell him for? 30 million?
Depends how well he plays in the season. Who's to say you sign him and and Oliver Dovin don't happen to him?
I know.
You know, you just don't know what's going to go on, you know. But again, you know, if you're saying to me that you could ship out Haji Wright, Sims and BTA, pay for Rushworth and bring in a midfielder that I like who's at another club that we're being linked with, I'm all right with that. Because then you've paid for one for the other.
Did you hear that, by the way? It's 35 minutes. Everyone who had it in the John Dawkins bingo had to write out. We all got that right.
He's just got rid of the whole strike force and got in a midfielder and goalie.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where your money needs to go.
Top scorer from last season. Come on.
That's where I think you're keeping Haji because he can play on the left. He might be better in the Prem, as we've discussed before, and he's an anomaly. But you're going to have to offload a few if we're going to spend the money we will need to build a squad that is capable of being the fourth worst team in the league. That's the jump. That's the level of the Premier League, in my personal opinion.
You see, Fatawi went to Ipswich, by the way. I think he was 15 million.
I think would you have liked that? Yeah, I would have. Yeah, because he's kind of proven, isn't he? He's an international. He's good. Every time I've seen him or we've played against him, I've thought he's been decent. I thought that I didn't think that was a bad move at all. But yeah.
I'm here to be proved wrong though this season. 100%. Yeah. Please prove me wrong.
My only thing with Rushworth is he might be worth the 30 because he's already played with all that team. He knows them all. He knows the defenders. He knows the squad. He knows the place inside out. He knows the manager. He won't come in having to learn on the job, whereas a lot of these keepers that come in will. And we're going to rapidly run out of time if we're waiting to sign another goalkeeper to get pre-season friendlies and training.
How much did Donnarumma go for?
Well, he wasn't expensive, but 30 plus, isn't he? And he's obviously the wages are on another level. He was 26 million, according to this article I'm reading. But what the wages are incomparable, aren't they? I mean, what you're
I think we'll have a wage structure which is still maintaining a good, reasonable level because Doug's a good businessman. But if we stay in the league, then it will just start moving up accordingly like that. So it'll be back-ended, which is sensible. But, you know...
It's like Leeds, though. Leeds are trying to get traffic. Leeds are on another level now because they've stayed in the league. They've signed Harvey Elliott on like 100 grand a week, and they're trying to get Trafford.
How much profit is there in a 30 million goalkeeper when you sell him on?
How many points are there in a 30 million goalkeeper?
If
we, for example, looked at Vitek from Man United, who was at Bristol City last season, very good goalkeeper. Apparently, they want 15 million for him. Someone with no Premier League experience like Rushworth, but high potential. You're saving 15 million. What's the points difference? You just don't know. It is a gamble.
Yeah, but it's the same when I see. And I know you're not a fan, and I've seen some other people sniping, but it's the same with Ramsdale.
Yeah,
like, mate, I've seen that geezer make unbelievable saves,
and he has the Premier League experience.
Unbelievable saves, and he's obviously a bit of a pain in the arse, or something's not right with him. But again, I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him make some enormous saves. You know, and how much are you picking him up for? A third of the price? I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? I think for me, I'm like 22 to 25, absolutely maxed out. Now it's at the level it is, apparently. You know, but then, you also hear that the deal's kind of done and there's just one minor point to sort out. The deal's been on the table for a long, long time. The agent was
I think he made it clear he wanted to stay, didn't he? Walking around at the end, sign the contract and all this. He wanted to stay. It's just purely a chairman battle, I think.
Do you know what it is? I think Brighton also reportedly want a buyback clause in it in case he does it. And when you're getting buyback clause in it, it's like, what are we buying him for? Because if he is amazing, he's in an England squad, we lose him for 40 million.
Yeah, similar to a loan, really, isn't it?
It's like Callum Doyle with Man City, by the way. It's what they've done at Wrexham. They've sent him to the Championship again and just put a buyback in him. If he does get to the Premier League and do it, they'll just buy him back. I mean, I hate buyback clauses in football. I don't think they should really be a thing. I think I can see both sides of it. If we sign him, great. Can't wait to have him in the team. If we go for another keeper, and people are forgetting how good Dovin was, by the way, before he got injured. It's a big risk.
He's had a year and a half out, hasn't he? He's had no game time at a top championship level, let alone Premier League level. So to chuck him in would be a big ask.
But if we start the season and we haven't signed a keeper and Dovin starts, it's honestly not the end of the world.
The Rushworth thing will be either done or not, and it will be by the middle of next week. I would be surprised if there's an announcement at 7 o'clock and there's a signing. You know what I mean? I think there are a few imminent, from what I understand.
Yeah. Looking at the squad, then we've said we probably need definitely a handful of new players. Where are you looking at? I mean, left back's got to be one, right? And I love Jay Da Silva, but in terms of quality and size and physicality, I think we do need a left back.
I think we still need to spend about another 100 million. I think we need left back, need a keeper, left back. I think we need another centre mid, and I think we need another striker as a minimum, really.
Are we which attacking? Let's talk about the attackers. Like talking of that front line, left wingers. Are you happy with Mason Clark and Markello as left wingers, or would you like an improvement there?
I don't think I've seen enough of Markello to really pass judgment. It was a random signing at the time, just come out of nowhere.
4 million then?
Yeah, 4.5 million. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with Mason Clark. Yes, I'm happy with Sakamoto as an impact sub, or even a 60-minute to start with, and then sub off. But I think he'd have more. Say if you're playing up against Tuna for 60 minutes, and then you see Sakamoto come on, and you're a fullback, you're going to think, "Oh God, I've got my work cut out here." I think he's. I
like the idea of Tats in the Premier League. Maybe more in the Championship. VAR, I think it will suit him more. I think he can.
It's technically good enough.
Technically, I'm really excited to see Sakamoto in the Premier League, especially against some of the bigger fullbacks. You know, Arsenal centre backs playing out there, etc. I'm confident he'll have a good season, and then we'll talk about the number 9 till the cows come home. But it feels like there definitely needs to be an incoming there in terms of competition. And the enigma that is Ellis Sims. We'll have to see what happens to him after a hat-trick on the final day at Watford. Feels like a while ago, that, doesn't it?
He looks lean as well in the videos.
Yeah.
So
I think you've said it before, John. Like Sims is probably more of a natural finisher than he is a more natural finisher than what Haji Wright is. I think you can tell when someone's had a childhood of academy football and football throughout their whole life compared to. This sounds bad. I'm not slagging your man, Simon, but when Wright's started football was quite late in his life to be a natural goal scorer.
I don't think either of them are natural. I don't think they're great strikers of the ball, either of them. I think that Sims' movement is slightly better.
He gets in the right positions, yeah. But then again, he scored some good goals last season.
I think you need a starting midfielder, 100%. And I think you need another midfielder that can play in an 8 or a 10 or even a 6, or can play across the midfield, that is a rotator. I don't think Frank the Tank's quite the level, but I think he'll be a great squad player. Grimes, I don't know if he's going to do really well or it's going to catch him out pace-wise. Not too sure yet.
We need the ball for Grimes.
I think you need 2 midfielders. For me, you definitely need a number 9. I think the wings are okay for now. Need a left back, need a goalkeeper.
10. Rodoni and BTA 10s at the minute.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm not sure. Could you trust Rudy as an 8 in Prem level? I think he's a bit too much of a luxury, maybe out of possession. But there's definitely
enough, isn't he, John? He's big enough to do it.
Yeah, 100%. He's an athlete, and also have a good pre-season, and it's the right time for him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's one that could really kick on. Rudy, he could really stand out in our team.
Yeah, Fantasy Premier League, by the way. I don't know if either of you guys play it, but it's gone live and Coventry are in it, which is very exciting for nerds like me. And the most expensive Cov players at 5.5 million, which is not expensive at all, are Haji Wright, Victor Torp, interestingly enough, Mason Clark, our mate Tuna, and that's it. And players like Van Avac, 4 million. All the defenders are 4 million, which could be bargains. I know there'll be people listening who like FPL and are excited that the Cov players are in it. Maybe I'll be sticking Haji Wright up front and just seeing how we go.
Take the gamble.
I'm excited about that. Anyway, any further transfer thoughts?
Just that we need a lot and we need it to happen.
Are you panicking? Because people get too touchy online a bit for you, a bit for me. I think we're always fine. We are only 4 weeks out from the start of the season, but we've got Arsenal first, and we'll do a proper pre-season predictions and talk about the fixtures and the squad nearer the time. But we've got Arsenal and Man City in the first 3, and then there's a international break pretty soon after the first few fixtures. So even if they sign late and they miss the first 3 or 4 games, you've got a bit of time to get the squad together. So it is a long time. We've got 6 weeks of the window left, and the World Cup's happened. Things will start to move. I'm not that worried.
Got 2 free hits.
Yeah.
No one expects us to go and do anything against Man City or Arsenal, right? So they're just free hits. Let's just go out and enjoy ourselves. We're back in the Premier League, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got Hull at home. Is that right?
Hull at home in
between that, yeah.
It's a big game straight away.
Yeah. Their chairman, by the way, has tweeted out all of their transfer news. I don't know if you've seen. He's an absolute nutter. He's just tweeted the likelihood of them signing each player they're linked with. It's amazing.
I did see that. That's brilliant.
Imagine Doug doing that. It's incredible. Yeah. He's a crazy guy. But yeah, we do need to be prepared for that whole game. I will give you that, because if we start the season with 3 losses, it's a bit of a negative start, isn't it? And then we're on the back foot trying to make.
I'm just in mind. I'm just going to enjoy it. I don't expect anything. I'm just glad that we're back in the big time, and anything's a bonus.
When can we remind John of that, Jig? 5 games into the season, no points, 20 goals,
6 minutes, 18 seconds.
I'll be moaning, mate. I'll thoroughly be enjoying moaning as well. But I listen. I think if we get, what is it now? Thursday night. If we get to like Thursday night next week, and we've not bought at least 2 in, I'll be a bit like, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll be panicking. I'll be a bit like, seems a bit strange to me.
Yeah.
Did you go Northampton, Jig, by the way?
I didn't know, and apparently I didn't miss anything either, because people were leaving early and said it was very, very bad. It was just more like a kickabout up the park.
Best thing about it is you can watch for free from the hill still.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I've got my Espanyol ticket. I'm going to go to that one.
The pre-season's a bit patchy, isn't it? We've got Espanyol, Monaco, and then behind closed doors game.
Behind closed doors against Leicester, I think, away. Yeah.
Oh, is that publicly out there now, Jig?
It is now.
Probably not.
It is now.
Nice for us to play the lower league teams, isn't it? You know, give them a chance to play a Premier League opposition. Yeah, big game for a League One club, isn't it? You know? I like that side. I've said this before. You know, this is 3rd season now of that Cov Pod, which is exciting, but I hate pre-season. I just can't get excited for it. Don't think it means anything apart from you get to see the chance to see the new kit and the new players if we have any. Don't think it matters at all. I know you two might be a bit more into it than I am, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a good performance or a bit of fight against Espanyol, but especially Monaco the week before the season starts. You want to see
5-0 last year, didn't it?
Yeah, I know. You don't want that again going into Arsenal away the following week.
What was the pre-season like last season? Poor, wasn't it?
Yeah, lost 5-0.
And absolutely hit the ground running, didn't we? So
did we beat?
No, we drew 0-0 with Hull at home.
No, we drew 0-0. But what I'm saying is, them first 5 or 6 games, we were on fire. But after that,
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's always good to go in with a bit of momentum.
We lost to Brighton 2-0, beat Bristol Rovers 2-0, drew 1-1 with Betis and drew with St. Pauli last season.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't matter.
Just minutes.
Minutes in, fitness in, hopefully some sort. Oh, no, I'll save that. I'll save that for the pre-season pod. If we talk about tactics a bit more, then leave the listeners wanting more, haven't you? You've got to keep them listening. Any further points, lads? Because we're should probably wrap up soon. Glad to be back.
Great to be back. We know that they're discussing terms with a few players, so they're definitely in market. And
you know.
We'd love to get one of them over the line. Sure.
I'd love to get Doug on the pod, eh? See if you reply.
No, is it any reply?
Let's be having you. Where are you?
Deleted his number.
He's absolutely blanked me. Do you know what I love about his WhatsApp though? And I know you're listening, Doug. He's got a tremendous photo of himself necking a bottle of lager as his WhatsApp picture. What a geezer.
Can you see the brand of lager? Is it? Surely it's not.
Surely it's not. Hang on, let's have a look. Surely it's not. Oh, yeah, it's not that. It's a bit more up, Mark. It's Peroni. A bit more up, Mark.
Oh, nice.
I love the way you didn't know whether to say the brand of beer then, like we have an actual deal.
The beers are available. We are that level now.
Yeah, if Madry want to get in touch and
Peroni in association with Clash magazine.
Yeah. Talking of which, in fact, I do want to plug something else because I don't know if you boys have seen this, but Rich, our good mate Rich, has done a website with some excellent features on it, articles. It's called thephoenix.counterpress.media, which you can find on the internet. Very good articles on that, all about Cov. They're in-depth articles. You do have to subscribe for it, but good news on that front, because if you're a Cov Pod listener, we can provide you with a discount code. Discount code for an annual plan. It's live until the 31st of December. Code is Cov Pod, COVPOD. And if you use that on the phoenix.counterpress.media, you will get yourself 15% off. That's what we can offer our lovely listeners. And honestly, website looks fantastic. Rich's got a really good book out as well, so check that out. And if you want to check it out, Cov Pod on the Phoenix. They're on Twitter as well and all social media, so you can find them there.
Right.
Really good stuff.
He's a good guy, Rich. Really good journo as well.
Very, very good indeed. We had a good chat with him at the end of last season, didn't we? For his book. Are we done? Any further thoughts?
No, we can't do any predictions, can we? We were saving that for another.
We can't throw any more
pre-season of where we're going to finish. Or
I tell you what, we will be doing obviously a proper pre-season podcast. We're going to try and do a few preview podcasts as well in terms of with other people this upcoming season, because we're playing, the big boys. So we'll see how that goes as well. And we're probably going to try and sort a few more live shows this year. Don't want to promise anything. We'll see if we can get one sorted. It's hard to nail us all down in the same place, isn't it, John?
We'll get some done, mate. We'll get some lives going, lots more this season. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to. You know what? I'm excited to get going. This has got me going now. The juices are flowing.
I've shaken off that World Cup hangover. Screw England. It's all about Cov. They've let us down again.
Back in the Prem. Come on.
That's it.
There you go. Let's finish with this question. What one thing are you looking forward to in the Prem more than anything else?
The away days. The away days in London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drinking in London. Can you afford that, Jig?
Sorry?
Drinking in London, the pints there. Can you afford them?
Oof, no. Anyone else want to sponsor us?
You want respect, John?
Yeah. What league are they in? Yeah, they're in the Prem, mate.
I love that we're playing the season opener. As soon as you go on football fixtures, Premier League, bang, that's us.
Yeah.
All I want is a display there where we don't get embarrassed and people look at us and go, yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah, a bit of fight, bit of battle.
Turn out,
yeah.
Cover back. You know what I mean? We're back, mate.
We're going to get something at Arsenal. There you go.
We're back, baby.
Is this an early prediction, Si?
An early prediction. We're going to go there and we're not going to lose. Listen in. We're going to show everyone what we're about. I'm looking at
1-1. Haji Wright bicycle kick from 50 yards. Zlatan-esque.
Arsenal squad is decrepit. Rice, Saka, Saliba. Not even going to play. We're going to turn up. I'm not going to say we're going to roll them over, but I believe, and I'm excited, and there's only a month to go. We'll see how my belief rises and falls over the coming month. But thanks for joining me, boys. It's been wonderful to chat with you again. I've missed you. Missed doing this.
We've not actually missed you, Simon.
Oh. Have we missed Cole? Not quite yet.
I have now, yeah.
I have, yeah.
Looking forward to the January loan of Victor Gyökeres back to Cov in January.
Yeah.
Maybe you can join up with a few of the other old boys. You never know.
I'll have to wait and see. Right, Jig John, thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening, everyone. Please remember to like, subscribe, rate us, all of that good stuff. Share it. We will be back at some point when we've played probably a few more pre-season friendlies and signed a few more players. Follow us on all the socials, and we will see you next time.